When I saw you, I said you were a big man. How tall do you stand?
I'm 2 meters. 2 meters.
So that's 7?
6'7". 6'7".
6'7".
6'7".
Can I also be 6'7"?
Well, I'll go down a bit if you like. How about that?
Okay, so you said you didn't like this placard which says "Get your Johnson out of our democracy."
Yeah.
Should I interpret that to mean that you are a conservative voter?
I'm not a conservative voter, no, I'm not. I think, I mean, it's nice that everyone has different views, okay? That poster says, "Get your Johnson out of our democracy." I think the problem that Johnson has, and the reason why he's no longer Prime Minister, is not particularly...
No, he's still Prime Minister, sorry.
Well, he's Prime Minister, but he's not... Well, he is Prime Minister, and that's the curious thing about it.
Yes, that's what he tried to do today.
The issue, for me, the reason why I think that placard is a little bit simple is because the problem he's had is not directly related to democracy. The problem he's had, as far as his own party is concerned, is to do with his own behaviour. That's been the problem, not to do with democracy. So that's my view on that.
You think Johnson's problem is conduct of his personal attitude?
His behaviour. His behaviour.
Behaviour, for instance, holding parties during COVID lockdown?
Those are the sort of things, yes. Those are
so it's more about the optics?
To do with behaviour. I mean, if you set rules, Boris set rules, which were very important rules, because COVID is very dangerous. And if you're the Prime Minister, you expect a high level of behaviour. It's to do with integrity, to do with truth. You expect that. Yeah. Now look, Boris has got qualities. There's no doubt about that. He's got charisma. People like him. He's funny. People like that. But one of the things that I think we can all learn, not just Boris, but all of us, is that all of us have certain qualities, but we also have shortcomings. And it's tragic for Boris, really, that he's been brought down by himself.
But from what we're seeing, Boris is still Prime Minister. He may continue to be Prime Minister for at least another 3 months, yeah?
I don't agree with that.
And he may also be actually Prime Minister for a longer time.
Well, you asked the question about him continuing in the job. Personally, this is my own view, I don't think that is a good idea. I don't think it's a good idea because, I mean, I was just talking to your colleague there and he was talking about Boris and he was using the word stability. I would not put those two words together. I don't put Boris and stability together. I put, enthusiasm and talking things up and saying what he's going to do. He does that, but I don't put stability as part of the equation. So I would have thought that it is not a good idea to have Boris in 10 Downing Street for the next few months. I would have thought part of the deal of him making the speech today to leave would be for him to leave the Conservative Party. And after all, there'd be lots of options available to him. He'd be able to make speeches and earn a lot of money doing it, and he'd probably write a few books as well.
Okay, let's look forward to the leadership of the Conservative Party and what happens. And the new Chancellor of the Exchequer has been mentioned. But for us from Ghana, we're excited about the name of Kwesi Kwarteng, who is currently the Minister for Business, Energy and Industry. He's been in Parliament since 2010. Do you think that the British society is ready for a Barack Obama type of leader that the Americans got in Barack Hussein Obama, the former president? Kwesi Kwarteng is Ghanaian origin.
Okay, so if the question is the United Kingdom or is it ready for a black Prime Minister, I would certainly hope so. Yes, I would. Of course, I would. I would certainly expect, the colour of a person's skin to have no bearing at all upon the choice. And, given that there are many black people from many cultures in this country, I think it would be refreshing to have someone from a different culture be the Prime Minister. Yeah, sure.
Okay, let's keep talking about a different culture. United Kingdom has now embraced a mayor from London whose parents are from India. And the new Chancellor of the Exchequer also has parents from India. And they're talking about him about being next Prime Minister or next leader of the Conservative Party because he's quite popular. So you're going to have a mayor from London whose parents are not originally British, they are not Anglo-Saxon, and you're going to have a potential prime minister whose parents are also not Anglo-Saxon. Will that bother some people?
Well, I mean, you can only ask me. It doesn't bother me. It doesn't bother me in the least. We are a multicultural society, so I don't have a problem with that. I think it's possible that for some people they would question that, I suppose, because there is an element of racism in our society. But I mean, what's important, and in fact the only thing's important, is that you get a person that's capable of doing the job, which goes back to Boris in a way, because in many ways Boris was a very capable person and is charismatic, but clearly there were shortcomings, and when he goes to bed tonight I think he will be somewhat disappointed about how things have worked out for him. But to go back to your question, I don't mind, I don't have a problem about people from other cultures playing a leading role in our society. In fact, it would make black people in this country feel a lot better.
Okay, let me turn to football and ask you one question. Ghana is qualified for the World Cup, and so has England. And Ghana will be playing in against a group in Portugal. We are hoping that it will beat the Portuguese, even with Cristiano Ronaldo. If Ghana were to meet England at the World Cup, we are confident that we'll beat the English. What do you think about that game?
Well, the thing is, I like football. I support. I've got a season ticket at Spurs.
Tottenham or Spurs? Yeah. I like Manchester United.
Well, okay, that's fine. Well, I mean, African football has improved massively over the years, massively. I remember the game England-Colombia, and Colombia should have beaten, not Colombia, is it? No, it was
Cameroon.
Cameroon, sorry.
1990.
That's right. Well, Cameroon should have won that game. You were 2-0 up, and we won 3-2. We were lucky to win that game.
Well, 2 doubtful penalties scored by Gary Lineker.
Yeah, exactly. So African football's gone a long way, and I wish Ghana well. I hope they do well. I think it'd be fantastic if they did well.
Well, we want to beat England.
Well, okay. I mean, we probably want to beat Ghana, I suppose.
Okay. Thank you very much. That's an interesting one.